Cancer, welcome to your career reading for late April to late May 2025. It's going to be general, so please take what resonates and let the rest go. Let's welcome in the high frequency archangels, ascended masters, light beings, spirit guides, and our higher self to assist with this reading today. Okay, Cancer, let's see what's going to jump out. It's just going to be a quick 6-card reading today. Wow, it was a nice jump. We have the 5 of Pentacles. Okay, so we'll start there. Let's grab 5 more cards. The 4 of Pentacles. Knight of Swords, the Death card, who also just appeared for Virgo. And we have the 10 of Wands, the Tower, and on the bottom of the deck we have the 6 of Cups. Interesting, like an inner child energy there. Okay, I might just pause for a moment actually. Okay, Cancer, so in the position of something that's inspiring you at the moment, this is, I think, about you just being really present. I feel like you're doing some meditation, some energy work here, you're grounding. There's something that you're really coming into center here. That's what that energy feels like. If we're taking, you know, the positive take on this energy with regard to this reading. And I feel like this is with regard to your career. There's a job role or something that you're doing at the moment that's you are coming into present, you're coming into, and you're also, this is one of your strengths here, and this is you coming in with ideas and, you know, effective communication. You're coming in with new ideas. I feel like you're going to be innovating here, innovating something, or you definitely have the ability, Cancer, to innovate, to bring change, to bring a new freshness and a new, to kind of get to the truth of the matter of things, and maybe to do things a little differently from the way they've been done before, okay? Now, the interesting thing is that in position of something that needs a little work or something that you might need to kind of develop more, and this is the death or rebirth, but I think this is that maybe you are having issues with the process of change here, Cancer. So this could be saying that for you to really meditate on a little more what it is the process of change. Maybe you even want to look into that. Because change doesn't happen overnight, and this is talking about slow change, okay, the death. But if you are having difficulty in accepting that maybe you are needing to go through a change, maybe you're still doing things the way that you've always done them, and maybe you're not yet realizing that you have the ability to change things for the better, okay? With regard to your job role, and possibly with regard to the way things are done in the workplace, or the way that certain services or goods are provided or delivered. Okay, there could be something there that you, as I say, delivered. Here you are. This is like this person here is delivering a load of wood here, of sticks, of wands, the 10 of Wands. This is in the position of something that you may need to do that will help you to, I guess, move into your dream career. Now, it could be that, Cancer, maybe if you're still doing things the way you've always done them, maybe you are carrying this load, maybe you take on a lot of burden, okay, maybe you take on other people's energies or something like that. And it's going to be, could be that you may need to put these burdens down, okay, in order to move into your dream career. It might be something that you need to release or let go of. And on the bottom of the deck, we did have this 6 of Cups, and directly under that, bang, straight off, we have the Sun as well. So this is something to do with a burden that you may need to put down in order to kind of allow your inner child and your confidence and your empowerment to sort of shine through a little more. It could be that these burdens are sort of dampening, and I feel like there's this change that you're wanting to move into this energy, and that sorry, the Hierophant's just looking at me now directly underneath that, because it's a major arcana. This is almost like a spiritual thing for you, Cancer. I feel like there could be a spiritual calling that is sort of knocking on your door, so to speak. And that you could be having issues with accepting or knowing how to move into it. The opportunities, in the position of the opportunities that are coming, this is the Tower. So this can be an insight, a revelation, but it could be that maybe you're going to get a download, or like a coming down to earth. So this can be, sometimes when we have like super high ideals, or we try and live up to expectations, or maybe, we take on too much work, or we overburden ourselves, that at some point something may happen, or it might just be something that you decide and you just say, well, I've just got to change. Like Tower is change as well. It's interesting that you have, this is like a quick change and this is a fast change. So sometimes there is this little saying in the sort of the tarot world, I think, that if people have difficulty accepting the slow change, then what will happen ultimately is that a Tower will happen, which is the quick change, in order to prompt the change anyway. Like the universe may do that for you, and it doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing that happens. Okay, this could just be something that falls into place. Maybe you're blocked from going in a certain direction and you need to change, and it's actually going to be better for you, or something like that. Or you just get an insight, or someone takes you under their wing, and all of a sudden you're kind of moving in a direction that you really wanted to go in the first place. This is interesting, that in the position of, it could be an aspect of your life purpose. So this could be that maybe Cancer, that this energy is a little bit like these two people they're kind of out in the cold, and they're just determined to stay out in the cold, and they're not taking advantage of the help that's on offer. So maybe this could be, Cancer, that part of your purpose in life is to move into an energy of co-creation. So that is that rather than expecting yourself to carry all these wands, it would be a little bit more like, well, maybe working with others in order to get the wands across to wherever it needs to go. So it could be about you delegating, it could be about you asking for help, or putting yourself in a situation where you can still experience success and abundance, but sharing that load with others a little more, possibly. Okay. Cancer, you are the cardinal water sign, and often I find cardinal signs, they do tend to have this energy of like that, a sort of a strong sense of responsibility, and like, I'm going to carry the load, or I'm going to move forward and do this thing, whether I have help or not, which I guess is a positive, proactive approach. But I think as we move forward, upping in frequency, it's a little bit more like we need to soften and to move into an energy of change. Okay, move into an energy of unconditional love, and really kind of work with others in order to kind of co-create, and to also kind of get in touch with our inner child, and to sort of feel spirit connected. It's also about a heart chakra activation, I feel like, for you, Cancer. And as I'm saying that, we have the Four of Pentacles jumping straight out at me here, with this disc at the heart chakra. Okay, so yeah, I feel like this is necessary softening maybe that you're going to be experiencing, and because at the moment maybe you're over, and see, many of us have experienced, times have been tough, we've had to deal with a lot, and we've had to kind of put the barriers up. Okay, we just still need the boundaries, but maybe it's about, for you, Cancer, just I guess not dropping your boundaries completely, but being selective where you do that and how you do that, and sort of maybe softening your approach. That's too many. So that you can start to chip away at this process of change, or of moving into a new way of being that you're looking to move into. The Knight of Wands was interesting, that card came out in the first, all those cards fell out. The Knight of Wands, is about sort of, I guess, activating your passion and moving forward. We have the Knight of Swords here too. So these are cards of action. So I feel that you're needing to activate your passions here, Cancer. I'm just Let's just get any cards here, Spirit, just to sort of jump out. We could get a clarification of the Tower, actually. These cards are nice and slippery, so they're generally... Wow. So the Tower is clarified by the Tower. But it's interesting that we have... This is a single person here falling out of the Tower. And here we have... I think this is depicting a masculine and feminine energy here. Masculine and feminine energy. So it could even be that, you know, you're coming into a greater awareness of your masculine and feminine energies, your projective energy and your receptive energy. Okay, that driving masculine energy, but also your receptive feminine energy. So maybe if that resonates for you, Cancer, maybe you are going through a process of rebalancing those energies within your career and within yourself. The reason I say that is because we're sort of contrasting the two single and the double here of the people there in the Tower. Let's grab another one. Okay, that wanted to come out. 8 of Pentacles. Yeah, so this is also perhaps a question, is that, I don't know why this is coming through as a question, but it's sort of saying that, Cancer, would you find it fulfilling and enjoyable to work with your hands and do something creative? You know, that might be anything. It could be gardening, cooking, painting, making something, or even, you know, working with children can actually be really creative. So maybe that's, you know, what this is talking about here. Maybe you're going to be, you know, like working with children. People that generally have Cancer placements are really good with children. So if you have a sun in Cancer, you know, that could be something that you're looking at doing here. Doing something creative. But, you know, it's going to be spiritual and meaningful for you. Okay. Or if you are already, you know, involved in childcare or the care industry, maybe you have been taking on a bit too much of a burden. Maybe there's a different way that you can do your job, and maybe releasing some of those responsibilities if you're finding that that's becoming a drain on your energy. Let's clarify that 5 of Pentacles. Well, certainly, Cancer, this could also be talking about you being really vigilant when it comes to your self-care. So if you are taking on burdens and responsibilities, it could be about you to really pay attention to your self-care. Wow. These are interesting cards to come out to clarify the 5 of Pentacles. Boom, this is the Emperor. Okay, and the interesting thing is with the Emperor, he can't do all of his jobs by himself. Okay, he has to delegate. He has to understand the talents and abilities of all of his subjects so he can delegate. Okay, so this could be something that this is talking about here. It's about if you're wanting to create an empire, it's not something you can do by yourself. Okay, Cancer. Which sounds pretty obvious, but, you know, sometimes on a subconscious level, if we've been conditioned into survival and we've had to do everything ourselves, okay, there can be an inner resistance to this idea of co-creation, okay? And here you have the Magician. So once again, it's about, okay, you may have all these elements within you here, Cancer, and talent, skills, gifts, and abilities in the area of, you know, mental, emotional, spiritual, and physical. You might have skills and abilities, but other people also have those skills and abilities, and maybe you have more strengths in a particular area, and so maybe, you know, partnering up or working with others that have strengths in other areas could be of assistance here. Or even simply within your workplace, you know, acknowledging their strengths, and maybe even you know, complimenting people on their strengths and their good qualities. Okay. Which you may already do here, Cancer. But this is just a suggestion for, you know, career or job suggestions. Because I feel like you know, this burden business that you've been taking on, I feel like this is something that you're letting go of, okay? Okay, that's way too many. The Hermit has come up right there, but let's just grab that. It was the top of too many cards. Oh, we have so many flips now. Okay, right, I'm trying to keep these readings a little short because I'd like to get them done in a short space of time. Okay, I'm just trying to sort of clarify the Death here, which is that change for you, Cancer. Okay, we just want one. But I think you are, what's inspiring you at the moment is this ability for you to meditate and become present. You're really grounding yourself here, Cancer, which is really going to help you, okay, to do what you need to do. Wow, none other than the Empress to come out with Death. Yes, this is the feminine, okay? You're bringing in the feminine. And I think this is, because sometimes the wand energy can be quite a masculine thing. So I feel like you're bringing in the feminine now. This is the Empress. And you also have the Emperor in your reading. So this is quite powerful, Cancer. I feel like there's different aspects of you coming together. And like we also said, and balancing out. This is the masculine and the feminine here, coming down to earth. And here we have the Empress and the Emperor. Okay, masculine and feminine as well. But, you know, not a king and a queen. We have, you know, the top dogs here, so to speak. So Cancer, you know, I think it's looking like you soften, you let go of some of that burden and just kind of reorient yourself into a nice work-life balance for yourself. And I think you're going to feel like you're going to be able to move into this top dog energy, which is going to be awesome. Look forward to our next reading. I hope that's been helpful. See you in the next reading, and have a great day and a great week. And yeah, that's it for now. Bye.